Hello everyone, so today we're going to make some delicious pancakes. These would be perfect for Mother's Day coming up, or for anybody's birthday, or just if you want to make normal breakfast a little bit more special. So the most important thing to remember is to wash your hands. I've just washed mine, and then once you've washed your hands you can pop on your apron and we'll be ready to start cooking. So these pancakes are super simple. All you're going to need is flour, butter, egg, milk, and a little bit of sugar and salt. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure 1.5 cups of flour into my bowl. And then because I'm using normal flour and not self-raising flour, I'm also going to add 3.5 teaspoons of baking powder to my mixture. So after you've added the baking powder, we're also going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar to our mixture. And then finally, we're going to add about a teaspoon of salt. And then we're just going to sieve all of that into our bowl. The next step is to add 3 tablespoons of butter to our mixture, but first we need to melt this butter. I'm going to melt my butter in the microwave, so I'm going to put a lid on top before I do that, just to make sure any explosions don't get all around the roof of our microwave. I'm going to add my butter first because it's the hottest ingredient, and I want it to cool down before I put the egg in so the egg doesn't get cooked before we put them all in the pan. So I'm going to pour in my butter. I'm then going to add 1/4 cup of milk. And finally, I'm going to add 1 egg to my mixture. Then I'm going to use a whisk to mix this all up, but if you don't have a whisk you can use a fork or just a regular spoon and it will work just as well. At the consistency that I want, so you can see how it's still thick but it's pretty runny because we need to be able to pour it into the pan. If yours isn't at this consistency and you want to make it a little bit more runny, you can always go ahead and add some more milk. The next step is to actually cook our pancakes. So for this, I'm going to turn my pan to a medium-high heat, which is about a 5 for me, but it might be different on your stovetop. And then I'm going to use the same butter I used in the mixture to oil up my pan, but you can use any oil to do this part. And now we'll leave it on this side for about 2 minutes and then we'll flip it over. You will know your pancake is ready to flip when you start seeing these bubbles forming around the edge. I'm going to get under mine here. Perfect. And then you will know it's done when it's puffed up a little bit like this. So this is our first pancake done. Finally, I'm going to show you one last way to make pancakes, and that is to add things like berries or banana into the actual pancake while you cook it. So I'm going to demonstrate with mixed berries, but you can use any type of frozen berry, fresh berry, or banana, or another type of fruit, like stone fruit would also work really well. So we're going to pour our pancake into the pan just like before. And then, while it's still wet, we're going to come over here and take a few little berries and pop these into the pancake. So because of the bubbles, we can tell this guy's ready to flip now. So I'm just going to go under like this and flip it over. These pancakes are looking pretty done to me, so I'm going to flip over our berry pancakes onto a plate. 1, 2. So now we have our big plate of pancakes all ready to go. On my pancakes, I like to put on lemon or sugar or maple syrup or honey, but you can add whatever toppings you like. Banana is really tasty, as well as other types of fruit.